Introducing the most powerful force in the wrestling world.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another HJ show. I'm Jay, that's H. H, how you doing in the UK today?
Warm, very warm. Tomorrow's going to be warmer. I can't handle that, so I've got to go to work. I'm wearing my RVD shorts and what was supposed to be an ECW t-shirt, but has come in that sort of material that a football shirt's made out of, which I've worked out, if it's too hot and you put one on, it makes you warmer, and if you're too cold and you put one on, it makes you colder. I thought, oh, that'll be great because it's warm. No, it's not. Sweltering.
That's just the wrong fabric.
Oh, it most certainly is. I'm guessing if I'd be like running and there's wind and stuff with the material it'd be like it's that breathable stuff, or it's just making me sweat sat here.
Well, between the two of us, you'd be the one more likely to run.
Oh God, no. Everyone at work says, oh, I couldn't run from here to the front door of the shop.
So, as today's society does through the week, you read stuff. I read something yesterday. AEW has 2 tag team titles just waiting to be introduced.
I saw about the father-son one,
which has also been rumored to be the intergender one.
Oh.
But now, yes, the father-son one, like you mentioned. And
yeah, the intergenerational.
Yeah. And then they have the women's tag, which, I mean, they got a big enough division, and they've been kind of focusing on it.
I'm surprised that that's not already been a thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, you kind of took the carpet out from under me on the intergenerational one.
Yeah, that's the interesting one, because like the women's one, they could have introduced that ages ago when we had like Saraya, Ruby Soho, Tony Storm sort of faction, and it was Jamie Hayter, was it, that was with, I'm drawing a complete blank, dentist woman.
Hayter had joined up with Penelope there for a little bit. That's why Hayter and Penelope was one of the first matches back.
Yeah. Or like Megan Bain and Penelope now.
You see, I think with the women's titles, Ruby getting pregnant kind of killed that. And then Hayter got injured, hurt that. Thunder Rosa got injured at the same time.
Yeah.
Thamela was pregnant. So all those like women in the division that you had were no longer there. So that kind of sidelined to that. But yeah, I can definitely see them bringing that in because they have the women, and you got Anna Jay, Ty Mello back together. You got Megan Bain and Penelope Ford. You got Chris and Will Nightingale. That's kind of looking like they're going to get back together.
Yeah.
Or if not, you got Chris and Roderick's wife, Marina Shafir, that could get together.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, they got the depth, and I think they've got the rebuilding, and they've got enough of the women back.
Yeah, definitely.
Have that division, but do they have the TV time to have that division is the question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you cut out some of the weird thrown together Tony Khan matches, probably.
I mean, and it's going to happen. It's going to be a comparison between WWE and AEW, but like WWE doesn't even have all the time for all their titles.
No.
And now they're looking at throwing in technically 4 titles, but like 2 more things, which I really want to know how that intergenerational one's going to work.
I mean, what? I'm trying to think. I know, like the whole gimmick behind it would have been Christian and Nick Wayne.
Well, they mentioned the article I read mentioned that um, Billy Gunn could do it with
With either the Gun Club.
well, not the Gun Club, but
Bowens. Yeah, fair enough.
Someone said, or that same article mentioned bringing back Luchasaurus and Jack Perry together, doing a father-son thing somehow.
Yeah, that'd be a bit weird.
Worked.
No.
They mentioned bringing in Kerry and Ricky Morton, which both are, as far as I know, contracted to NWA. In fact, Kerry is tag partners or tag champion with the Southern Six. Yeah. Silas, I can't remember his name.
Oh.
I want to say Thrillbilly. No, it's not Thrillbilly. Silas Young.
Right. Yeah, I don't know then. I was, as soon as you said Silas, I was thinking Thrillbilly because I like him.
Then there was saying try to get Eric or Devon Erickson on this.
Yeah.
And
I mean, there's a few.
So what?
There's a few that are like actual father-son teams of old blokes and younger talent, but I can't really see that being. That's just a proper gimmicky thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone. Oh, look, a legend.
Kerry Morton and Alex Taylor are the NWA United States champions. It's a proper gimmick thing. I thought Dustin Rhodes, because I wanted to take, or some of the names was Dustin and one of his nephews.
Yeah. Well, you could technically, if it's not technically got to be like father-son related, you've got Sons of Texas, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Dustin and Sammy, but I want to say they were thinking more keeping it in the family and family tag teams.
Yeah.
Which
that's what I was thinking, but I can't think of an awful lot of them.
Yeah, and like you said, it's gimmicky. Here's a legend, throw them out there. Let them have a few spots. Because some of these legends didn't get their final bow.
Yeah.
I mean, this would be a way to give them that last little run. Give them more money than just either a WWE Legends or what they get at a convention signing.
So do like Arn and Brock Anderson.
Oh, that would have been a nice one if Arn could do it. But last I knew, like, his neck issue was just too bad, plus his hand. Yeah. You've seen how his hand is. He can't grip anything.
Yeah. Or Kurt Angle and whatever his name was that got released.
Jason Jordan?
Yeah.
He didn't get released. He broke his neck.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know.
Brother like son, and then he can't wrestle, so he's been a producer.
That'd be an interesting one.
I mean, Tyson Kidd, same thing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that would also be an interesting one. Get Natalie over to WWE or AEW.
Yeah.
Older, or even a younger heart for her to wrestle with.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm running out of them now. Like, it could be terrible and they could wheel Brett out.
Oh, that would be bad.
I mean, if you wait a few years for the heat to die down, you could have Brock and Maya Lesnar.
I don't know if the heat ever will die down. I mean, I think he's a big enough star that it will get ignored.
Oh, certainly.
But I don't know if it'll ever go away.
I'm just trying to think now. I'm just looking up at my shelves going, who's got? Surely there's a Guerrero thing you could be doing.
Shaw and Chavo,
I was just thinking Chavo and Eddie's daughter.
I mean, they're cousins, I think, technically.
Yeah, close enough. I don't know.
Sting can come back.
Yeah.
Jericho can come back with Ash. That I don't think Ash is training for wrestling, as far as I know, though. Of course, I don't follow him on socials. It's just every now and then that little tidbit Jericho will post.
Yeah, it could be an interesting gimmicky thing every now and then to wheel a couple of legends out in it.
Yeah.
Give the old boys a payday.
Speaking of
Rob Van Dam's about to be a kid have a kid in his 50s.
Yeah, and I just have a feeling that if he doesn't name the kid after himself, he's going to name him after Sabu.
Yeah. Yeah.
When that post was made, he's like, funny how stuff happens. Because it was like the day before they found out they were pregnant, Sabu passed. Then he finds out they're pregnant. And so, depending on your spiritual inclinations and your philosophies on life and stuff, it could just be Sabu's soul going into a new body.
Yeah, I reckon RVD smokes enough that he's going to thoroughly believe that. What are you reckoning? Little girl called Terrence.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out a way to make like Sabu a girl's name.
Just Sabu.
Yeah. So, did you watch
Van Dam?
Did you watch Night of Champions last night from WWE or early whatever?
We have had it on, and I didn't really pay too much attention to it.
I mean, there's a few
interesting bits, like the Ripley Raquel match wasn't bad from what I saw of it. I know Hikaleo's debuted, and one of the other Tongas has come back.
Well,
Tonga Lower. Hikaleo's got a new name that's a Tonga as well.
Yeah, it's like Tala Tonga.
Something like that.
Just makes me think Tally.
Yeah, it's going to get very confusing soon, those three. Apart from Hikaleo, because it's Hikaleo.
Yeah, Tama Tonga and Tama Loa were always a bit hard to remember. In fact, of course, I don't watch WWE that much anymore.
No.
I haven't seen any of them. Of course, I guess they're probably on Raw.
I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Don't watch the weekly shows.
I mean, it's rough to watch them.
Yeah. So I'll do pay-per-views if I remember. Speaking of which, I've got an MLW one to watch later that was a couple of days ago.
Yes. That one had a surprise return that MLW's happy with.
Oh.
Yeah. I won't spoil that, but I'll go over the Night of Champions results and spoil that. The King of the Ring final. Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton. No surprise, Cody Rhodes won.
Yeah, I said to Jamie about halfway through that match, I'm getting really sick of Cody Rhodes now.
I mean, a lot of people have been sick of Cody Rhodes for a long time, and he's gotten him a heck of a deal. Probably better than what he had at AEW, even though he was an EVP there.
Mm.
You had Ripley defeat Rodriguez.
No surprise there.
Yeah, Roxanne Perez interfered.
Yeah.
Which apparently they didn't do a good enough job to beat Raquel down, or Ripley down from what I read. Because, like, they could have made Raquel and Perez a very dominant team, and they didn't.
Well, what they could have done was given Perez the other tag belt that Raquel's carrying around because Liv's out.
Liv's already on it.
Just having Freebird rule it.
And then there was Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross, with Zayn defeating Kross.
I've never been a big fan of Sami Zayn.
I enjoyed him for like a brief moment, and then
I liked his match against the guys from Jackass, the Johnny Knoxville one. I like that because everything stupid that they took in it was Sami Zayn's idea. And I genuinely enjoyed that, but that's because I love Jackass. I grew up on that. I think that's what's led me sort of into really liking death matches and stuff, because it's just like I'm getting to get drunk and watch live Jackass.
I was not allowed to watch Jackass. I seen a few things, and it was some of their more outrageous ones, like branding themselves, or I know one thing was they shaved their pubes and turned it into a beard.
Beard on Aaron.
And
I think that's the end of the second film.
And that's just not my style of humor, right there.
Oh, it is fun. I've actually got up there. It's one of the very few wrestling figures I've kept boxed. I've got the Elite Knoxville from that Mania match. Well, I had to. I want to get it on display next to the. I can't remember showing these off. Next to the Jackass pink Converse that I bought years ago and now don't fit me. So I want to get sort of a shelf with the shoes either side with Andrew WK laces in that I bought for them, because he did the soundtrack to the first movie with the Knoxville figure in the middle.
I mean, that's just going to be finding a box that has the right depth and stuff to it.
Yeah, and managing I'm thinking like a show mannequin foot to hold the Converse up because they're all floppy.
I mean, you can get pins and do through the back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. True.
Or some wire.
Yes. I'll find a way. Well, yeah. See, speaking of Jackass, I've met Bam Margera a couple of times. I've met Brandon Novak when they've been on tour with bands. And I saw Steve-O do his stand-up comedy show at, I think that was a music festival in Nebworth. I think that weekend I saw Fozzy and Steve-O do stand-up comedy.
Heck of a weekend.
Yeah, it was brilliant. With like Slayer, Slipknot, Megadeth, Anthrax, Slipknot, Metallica, Limp Bizkit.
Like, the only pop culture comedian that I've seen for that stuff would be like Jason Mewes, whatever his name, from Jane Silent Bob.
I love Jade Silent Bob.
Yeah, I went to one of his comedy shows. Apparently, the Silent Bob guy, I can't think of his name. Yeah. They were supposed to do a show in Oklahoma City, and Jason's plane didn't make it, so he had to do the entire show by himself.
When I saw Steve-O, I think it was like one of his first, or it might have been his first stand-up show, and it packed out like one of the stages. And he was very funny, but it was mostly, telling stories types of comedy, because obviously with the life he's lived, he's going to have some very funny stories. He's like, I know you all want to see me do a stunt, but listen to this one last long joke and then I'll do something and then backflip to a flaming table.
Kind of sounds like Foley's show. A lot of like stories where he's kind of funny, but his original stuff I mean, Steve-O probably his original stuff still works, but like mixed jokes and Hacksaw's jokes and um, Jake's Robert, yeah, Jake Roberts jokes just don't land because they're not that funny.
I enjoyed Mick when I saw him, but that was a good few years ago now.
Yeah, it's been a few years since I've saw him also. So now that we've diverted from Night of Champions, to get back to it, you had United States Champion match Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa with a new United States Champion Solo Sikoa.
Yeah, I mean, with all the bloodline interference, that was always going to happen. I'm not happy about it because I really like Fatu, but
I'm not happy about the next match results. You had Queen of the Ring, Asuka versus Jade.
Oh yeah, that can fuck off.
Jade did have a nice like cosplay outfit, but Asuka has not been treated well on the main roster, in my opinion. Like she went from a over a year undefeated streak when in NXT, relinquished the title. Her first match on Raw, she lost it, and yeah, I know that's years ago, but besides the Kabuki Warriors in that brief little stint, how have they treated Asuka good, in my opinion?
No.
And then Punk versus Cena. Cena retains. Bunch of bullshit in that.
Yeah, no shocks there. No shocks there. I think Cena's probably going to hold that until what? Well, until his last date.
I mean, I don't know if they'll keep it that long because I think if there's a potential for like a rematch type thing, because that's what.
Oh, I mean, when's his last date?
December something.
So he's got Cody at SummerSlam, first 2 night SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think that's where Cody has to regain it.
Yeah.
And then either Cena turns face and does a series of, hey, these would just be fun matches, or he's heel and he chases the title. And I think Cody himself is good at chasing the title.
Well, yeah, he did it for 2 straight years.
Right, and at one point he used to be a decent underdog. He did. And then once he got that power, or it was given an aurora of power, he stopped being one that's a good for chase.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just bored of him.
Yeah, he can definitely use with going away for a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, at one point, all wrestlers can deal with the going out for a bit.
Yeah, he definitely needs it now. Like take them as his spot and go and film the Marine 15 or something.
Ooh, now I don't know if I would want to watch Cody in a movie.
Oh, I wouldn't. I've not seen most of them, but get him off TV for a bit.
I mean,
I think probably the last WWE movie I watched was, I know it was on the plane ride back from Mallorca the last time me and Jamie went abroad, which has got to be at least 9 years ago, and it had Randy Orton in it. Downloaded it to my phone on the hotel Wi-Fi so I could watch it on the plane on the way back.
see, I thought Randy was decent.
I didn't mind it. It was an all right film. I don't mind some of the Austin ones.
So, according to Wikipedia, the last movie for WWE was in 2021 Rumble, starring Becky Lynch and Roman Reigns.
Oh, that's a good film. That's the animated one.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I wanted to watch it. I never
Yeah,
did.
it's a good film, that.
I forgot about it, and my nieces aren't really into wrestling like that, so...
It was The Condemned 2, the last WWE movie I watched with Randy Orton, because the first one had Austin in, and it was fucking brilliant.
That is quite a bit of time ago.
Yes. It's been a decade since I've watched one of them, but I did watch Rumble with the kids.
I think Fighting with My Family is the last one I watched, looking at theirs.
Oh, I went to the cinema to see that with Jamie.
Damn it, I just realized something. I want to get Kip Sabian to sign my Fighting with My Family, but I also want my action figure signed.
Ooh.
And I bought my ticket for the meet and greet there, which he's not badly priced. I'll be honest with that. He's $60 for StarCast. And LP's $50.
That's not bad. When you compare that to the price of Ozzy Osbourne, who's doing Comic-Con Midlands with his family. So to get a photo with all four of them, and I think that's it, all four of them, and then a photo with Jack, Kelly, and Sharon on their own, or whatever it was, is £666. You have to buy that for the chance to get a photo with Ozzy. That is another £300.
Whoa. You pay the $666 and you don't get the photo with Ozzy?
You get a photo with him, his wife, and his two kids. But for a photo of just you and Ozzy, you've got to then pay another $300. And then...
That's a little ridiculous.
And then... It gets worse. Oh no, I've gone on Liverpool with Midlands.
See, the most expensive meet and greet at StarCast is $150 right now. And I think that's Sting.
Oh, yeah, Sting was expensive over here, but here we go. So, Osborne's update. So, 666. You get a signed 8x10 of Ozzy, Sharon, Kelly, and Jack, separate, and a group photo with them, which is limited to 2 people. And then, once you've bought that, you can spend £300 for a photo with Ozzy. For him to sign an 8x10 or a book is £225. For him to sign an album, a toy, or a poster is £375. And to get him to sign a guitar is £750 on top of the $666 you've already spent.
Yeah, that aggravates me when they do that.
I have... I think it's there. I think just under that belt, I have Ozzy's autobiography, signed by Ozzy. It cost me the 20 quid that the book was.
Did you buy it pre-order or?
No, I went to the book signing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I took the day off college and I queued all day, and I think I was 9th in the queue.
See,
but, like, my mate in front of me, God rest his soul, he's gone now, but my mate in front of me got there and asked, "Oh, Ozzy, when's the new album coming out? Can I get a photo and all this?" And Ozzy's like, "Yeah, whatever." I got there and went, "Hey!" and quickly ushered out the way.
I've not been that bad with any of the wrestlers, but when I Matt Steen, I was pretty like, yeah,
Yeah.
I fanboyed on him. But yeah, you were talking about the like additional prices. The guy that took over playing Chewbacca from Peter Mayhew,
Hmm.
nice guy. I don't remember his name, and I can't say it when I do remember it. He used to be a Dutch basketball player, and he plays Lurch in Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. I can place the face.
Yeah, but I had a Chewbacca Funko Pop I took, and it was like memorabilia this much, autograph this much, autograph and photo this much, and like they counted the Funko Pop as memorabilia, so it was the higher price.
Yeah. See, I'm interested now with the RVD for the love of wrestling because a photo is 45 quid. An autograph ranges from 45 to 60, so it depends on what he's signing. That's not usually a thing that happens on here. So I'm quite intrigued here because I've still not decided what I'm going to get RVD to sign. Oh, here we go. 8x10s DVDs or books is £47.25. And figures, belts, posters, or other is 63. So I might be using half the allowance for working it on Rob Van Dam because I've got the ECW TV title that Jamie bought me. I might have him sign that.
Okay, but Katie announced she's pregnant in June.
Yeah, I am very well aware of expecting him to cancel it.
Yeah, because FTLO was February. That's right at like
yeah. As soon as I saw the announcement, I looked to him and he's not going to be there.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna suck that when he cancels that, if he cancels that, but at the same time, being there for the birth of your baby, that he's gonna name after Sabu, because we're calling it now.
Oh, definitely.
That's a little more important.
Yeah, I reckon he's cancelling that.
And Katie Forbes goes with him for the shows. Both of them very nice people when I met them. Very nice. And if they'd had a ATM in the convention center where it was held, I would have gotten a Katie Forbes autograph, but they didn't have an ATM. And it sucked. But yeah, they were super nice. Stood there talking for like 10, 15 minutes. And then finally someone else wanders up and realizes who it is. That's the issue with Comic-Cons, at least here in the U.S. You get all these voice actors, and everybody's crazy over the voice actor for Gohan or Goku or something. It's like, okay, A, they're not even the Japanese ones, so why does it matter? And B, they're not the character.
Yeah.
For me.
That's why I kind of fancy Comic-Con Cardiff. Because, like, if we have a look, I'll have a look who's on that now. Because you'll have the same thing over here, I imagine. Because you'll have everyone freaking out, Comic-Con wise, over. Oh God, who are these people? I don't recognise, like Colin Baker, that was Doctor Who, and all right, it's not Cardiff. They're at, it's Edinburgh, is it? What's that? Yeah, so you've got Hayden Christensen from Star Wars, Rosario Dawson, some of the lot from Supernatural, the woman from Loki.
Okay, but like those guys are the characters.
Yeah, and I mean, like there you go, couple of voice actors here. You've got the woman that voiced the big vampire lady in the last Resident Evil, and you got like someone from Peaky Blinders, Tara Reid, Shannon Elizabeth. So you've got like the bloke that voices Kermit now. And then you've got Darby Allin, Tyler Mane, Kevin Nash, Lita. Scotland might be worth it.
Yeah, I mean, but the price tag on that.
No, Scotland might be worth it.
Oh, I told you that's his last appearance in the UK.
Yeah.
Go.
But he's charged. Yeah, but he was at For the Love of Wrestling earlier this year. Scotland is less than half the price.
Really?
He's charging 65 quid for a photo, 65 quid for an autograph. It was 150 For the Love of Wrestling.
See, when he comes to Pryor, I'm kind of worried about his price. Because
he was he was the most expensive person at For the Love of Wrestling this year, but he's charging less than half for a Comic-Con.
Yeah, I mean, so
and you've got Tyler Mane and Kevin Nash. That's cool because they used to be a tag team years ago.
Yeah. So Oklahoma Comic Con, which is the next Comic Con I'm looking to go to, you have a Joshua Seth who voiced Digimon characters, Steve Kadaris, which was one of the Red Rangers and a Blue Ranger, Ray Whitsatter, who drew stuff, Maurice Lamarchi, he voiced Pinky and the Brain, Denise Crosby.
Were you looking at the same one here, August?
Yeah.
9th and 10th?
Yes.
So you got Samwise Gamgee.
Oh, I haven't gotten all the way down that way, but
he's right at the top. Sean Austin. Samwise from Lord of the Rings. He's at Manchester next month. Kel from Keenan and Kel. Oh yeah, voice actors.
There's one voice actor that I'm actually kind of interested in.
Oh my god, there's so many voice actors.
And it's Alan Oppenheimer.
He's the one that just caught my eye, actually.
Yeah.
Skeletor.
I'm interested because of the Neverending Story. I loved that movie. And you see the Luck Dragon there.
Yeah. The Tick, Shredder. All right, cool.
And then
Ron Simmons, JBL.
Yeah, and it's also the first time that the original voice actors for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the US is going to be there.
Oh, cool.
So Cam Clark, Coleman, Barry Gordon, and Rob Paulson. So yeah, that's all going to depend on can I afford it after I get back from All In and all my other things that I have going on.
Yeah. There's some there's a few interesting ones, but that's a bit of a fucking weird one. It's mostly voice actors.
And that's what we get here in the States. Unless it's a Wizard World, and then Wizard World has the money to draw in people. Well, I say Wizard World. They're Galaxy Cons now. And then it's like $80 to get in the door, plus the cost of the meet and greets. And I've talked to vendors that they've did cons like this and stuff. It's cool to see these guys, they say, but after paying vendor fees to get in, there's no money on the bone for people. Because, like, if I'm going to go and let's say I was going to FTLO and I was going to go get Sting, I don't know how much tickets to get into FTLO was.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, it's $150. So I'm probably assuming at least 200 quid right there.
Yeah.
And food is going to come before any collectibles.
That's very expensive there.
Yeah.
Because we work it, we take our own.
Most cons, I'll find somewhere to eat. Like, when I go to StarCast, they're going to have food there, most likely. I think they've mentioned having food vendors outside and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm also pretty close to Nando's. I
So
mean,
you're not right. That's the problem with FTLO and all these ones. It's like an industrial park. It's in a warehouse in the middle of an industrial park. There is fuck all for miles other than warehouses and factories.
see,
So
that's
they've
crazy
got you.
that they don't. Yeah, I mean, well, Starcast this year's at a Sheridan, so I'm thinking there's probably going to be a Waffle House or a Denny's or something close
Yeah.
by. And a Waffle House is a lot cheaper. Plus, I should be able to get me a slice of pecan pie at a Waffle House.
And you get to watch a fight.
I mean,
Oh, we're getting voice actors. I'm just looking at the guests for the next Liverpool Comic Con. So the headline's Brie Larson, Captain Marvel, who's charging £185 for a photo. Then you got Gina Davis. Who else is on here? Tom Welling. That's pretty cool. Michael Rosenbaum. Kristen Krug. Oh, the cast of Smallville.
it's Gina Davis part of the cast of Smallville.
No, the few under it were Julie
Okay.
Benz. Who else do I recognise it? And then we've got two voice actors from. I recognise the characters. Baldur's Gate 3, I think.
Never did anything with it.
And then South Park voice actors.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, the bloke that's Bluey's dad. The woman that's Bluey's mum. Yeah.
So Zach's at the age where he'd be into Bluey. I think.
Oh, he loves it.
Yeah. Is that something that you would get him an autograph for?
No.
Like,
no.
I mean, not even to put up or anything like that.
No. Because it's not the character, is it? It's weird.
Right.
Like Lana's got a load of signed wrestling 8x10s on her bedroom wall. I've got one over there that I've not put up yet from Holly Barlow. And another one in here somewhere that's not the right size for the frames that I have, that I need to buy a frame for. But she's got Session Moth, Dana Brooke, Jacqueline, Lana Austin, Harley Hudson, anyone that she likes that shows we work. We usually get her one, but then obviously working for the Love of Wrestling, I'd mentioned my daughter to Dana Brooke, and so she went, I'll do one for your daughter. And the lad next to us, no, two from me that was looking after Jacqueline said, like, oh, he's got a little girl. She's got, mentioned the 8x10s. Oh, I'll do it one. Pass that down.
Yeah, wrestlers are amazing people, and then there's shit people. But like, all in all, like overall, I think they're amazing people. Part of why I love watching them. Um, but seeing what they do for kids, it makes me sad that I was never really able to do it as a kid.
Yeah.
Because that was like the heyday of like WCW and stuff. And
I think I went to my first show when I was about 19, 20.
I went to my first WWE show. I know I was in college, so I was over 18, but I used my OLAP, which is basically a grant. Because when you were in high school, you made good grades and stuff, but your parents didn't have the income to put you through college or have the college savings for you. So I used OLAP money to buy tickets to Raw, and I believe my first show was Raw, and I know it was when Fandango and Jericho were feuding.
And after my first show, then me and my mate Matt went to, it was just a house show in Manchester, and the main event was Cena Cena, Zack Ryder, Miz and Morrison, I think. No, R-Truth was involved. So it might have been Awesome Truth, Cena and Zack Ryder. And the special guest referee was Mick Foley.
I want to say the Big Show was and John Cena were both involved in the main event of the night in a dark match.
That's all I can remember of that. Just Mick Foley, special guest referee for Cena and R-Truth. And
yeah, the two things I remember is Roman Reigns being just this massive guy to my side, and then Summer Rae faked an ankle injury, and they beat down Jericho.
I know it was definitely, I'm gonna say 1920 because I know I was drunk. So we've both gone out drinking around the city centre. We're like, right, let's go now. Doors are open. And I remember us both being stood there with a beer, surrounded by kids. Because, you're in the cheap seats for a wrestling show that John Cena's headlining back in 2010. You're going to be surrounded by kids who were all absolutely oblivious when Foley's music hit. Apart from me and my mate, he was oblivious because he was pissed as well. But I heard the car crash, shoved him and went, "That's Mick fucking Foley." And all these kids are like, we're both like 6 foot drunk grown men. Just going, Foley, beer showers and all sorts.
And you probably made some memory in a kid either scared or like, that guy's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, one or the other. There might be some, well, we're talking, it's got to be about 14 years ago now. Yeah, so there's probably some kid out there now with a beard that's drunk as fuck because he saw me drunk as fuck at a wrestling show.
Oh, gosh, that's not a very good role model.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I think that was before the two of us went to go and see Foley do his stand-up show.
I mean, was Foley doing a stand-up show back then?
Yeah, he did the Dance House Theatre on Oxford Road. And it fits 90 people.
Yeah, I seen him at the Tulsa Looney Bin at the end of COVID.
I mean, I've never been in that venue and I've never been in since. Because, it's a dance theatre.
Hey, maybe Alana will have a show there eventually.
The amount of times I've walked past it and gone, what the fuck is that place? And then the next thing I know, Mick Foley's in there.
Yeah, that's kind of like the Looney Bin for Tulsa. It goes to vintage stock, which I don't know if they're in the UK, but it's a store that they buy old toys, Funko Pops, records, movies, video games, and they resell them for an ungodly amount of money. So it goes vintage stock, a big theater that also is an arcade, some little, I think it's a wedding shop or something, and then like just the small storefront is Looney Bin, and then next to it's a Asian restaurant of some sort. So it's just like a hidden little venue.
I can't think what's either side of the dance house now. I think there's a spa, and I think it's a Russian vodka, or it was a Russian vodka bar. And then the other side's a supermarket or something like that. There used to be a guitar shop next to it that was brilliant. I don't think I ever bought anything in there. I might have bought a pedal in there. That's about it. I know they had the coolest ukulele I've ever seen. It was BC Rich, like that pointy thing I showed you last week. It was a ukulele made by them. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen, but they had it like up on the roof, not for sale, just a display piece. And I was like, I kind of want that.
Yeah, and you mentioned that one of the biggest things about like cool little shops. You go in there a lot, but you never buy anything. I used to go into our local used game shop a lot, and I would maybe buy a drink depending on how long I was in there, and that was just to give it something for letting me hang out. Same with we had a cherry berry that coffee was like 50 cents, and I didn't have a job at the time, so I'd take like $1 and I'd have me 2 cups of coffee while I played D&D.
Fair. Can't fault that. I used to go every day, every Wednesday. I'd finish college at 10. I'd go into Affleck's Palace in Manchester. It's like a 3 or 4 story building that's all little. It's like a flea market type thing, but it's all little companies doing their own things. Like one whole wall's a jewelry shop. The bottom floor has a company that I've seen dotted about. They do jerseys, and whatever jersey it is, they knock it out at $9.99.
Nice.
Yeah, so every time I walk past one, I go in and look, because that's where I found the Chicago Bears Walter Payton Hall of Fame long sleeve with like these career statistics embroidered in the back. $9.99.
Yeah, I bet it's retails for a lot more than that.
I've not found it online. I found the short sleeve version for an eye-watering amount of money.
I mean, if the long sleeve is more rare, then
it's up there with the rest of the jerseys somewhere.
Yeah, that's too many jerseys.
I've worked out I could wear a different Saints jersey every day for a month.
That's a lot of Saints jerseys.
Well, my original plan was I was going to buy and then fold them up, so you've got name and number. And I was going to do a full wall of the starting lineup from the 2019 when we won the Super Bowl, the 8-9 season. Or was it 9-10 season, I think it was. And then I found out some of them were so hard to find.
I mean, unless you want authentic, you could probably find it online where you can just get your own jerseys made.
Yeah, I might have to do that for like some of the offensive line and stuff. Because I've got the kicker, quarterback, both running backs, all 3 wide receivers, tight end, 2 defensive linemen, both cornerbacks, 1 safety, and 1 linebacker, I think.
Yeah, I know you can get them online because I got a reproduction of the Oklahoma City Blazers, and I did it Ted Irvine's, and I got 2 of them made, so I gave him 1, and I have 1. And
I think I've got a few that I've ordered like customizable. Like I've got a couple of the Blue Mountain State ones from the show. Me and Jamie both got Sooners jerseys made with JR on the back.
I mean, I don't think you have to custom make those. I think they have those out.
Yeah, but they're cheaper if you order them from China, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't think we discussed it.
That is an authentic DX jersey, though.
I don't think we mentioned it last week, but JR is officially cancer-free again.
Hey. I love JR. Speaking of, I don't know if I've showed that off.
Tops, JR, what year is that?
2011.
So, if you order from his shop, the Grill and JR stuff. Oh, that is the Grill and JR's. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. as soon as he started selling the sauce, I was like, I've got to try that. And yeah, Jamie ordered some. However, I am disgusted in myself that such a cool item I have not sleeved up yet. It's just been on display up there. But thankfully, I know where my sleeves and top loaders live.
Yeah, I ordered his barbecue sauce and his seasoning. I love his seasoning. I need to order more. His barbecue sauce was good also.
I did enjoy the sauce.
But I don't get to use barbecue sauce around my house. Not because I'm not allowed, but because like I'll buy some and then one or both of the nieces have to have barbecue sauce every night on their food.
Oh.
So I get some and it's gone.
Yeah,
All the barbecue sauce I have not had disappear on me is I got some Japanese barbecue sauce and it's more of a teriyaki barbecue. Oh, it's good.
We have cheap barbecue sauce because Alana has it on everything. Like too much of it on everything. And then I've got a little cupboard that I put mine in. At one point before like I've met Jamie and I had the kids, I had a shelf in the fridge at my mum's of 5 or 6 barbecue sauces that were all for specific things.
See, I'm bad. I see a sauce and I'm like, ooh, that looks interesting. I'll buy it. Like I have a bourbon peach barbecue sauce. It's not the greatest.
Go back upstairs, Jake. Whatever. So, like, I had a Guinness one specifically went on chips, not French fries, like big chips. I can't remember what I never usually ate French fries. I had a Jack Daniels one for burgers. I had a Budweiser one for sausage butties. I'm trying to think now. I had a plain bog standard HP one for bacon sandwiches when I had a hangover because it didn't have a hint of booze in it. The rest of them were all from beer brands.
And those sounds tasty.
Oh, they very much were.
I used to get some Southern Comfort coffee and some Jack Daniels coffee. It didn't have the alcohol in it because it was a ground coffee, but the Southern Comfort flavoring was the best for me. It gave like a cherryness to the coffee.
Upstairs, you go. I've got one out there actually from a company called Brewdog that are over here. It's a brewery. They've got their own bars and whatnot, and they've brought out their own sauces and rubs recently. So I picked up I think it's the Elvis Juice hot sauce. It's like spicy tomato ketchup. It's pretty good.
No, that doesn't sound good to me anymore. Like
it's all right.
Elvis Juice, I was like, ooh, maybe it might be interesting. But then no. Spicy
ketchup. The Elvis Juice beer is all right. Not a big fan of a lot of their beers because it's more IPAs and stouts and stuff. But the odd one's all right. Like they did just coming up to the Super Bowl, they did a limited edition lager called Touchdown. I could have 2 or 3 cans.
Oh, I gotta run and grab a beer real fast that I'll show you. So let me pause the recording so when you see a flip in the recording, you know I've paused. So my Oklahoma promotion.
Oh,
beer. Malachi's Nectar of Madness. And of course, I made the guy sign it. But it's not bad. I drink it warm.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go and say it now because I doubt very many people who follow EPW follow this. We're gonna have another beer come out in September, and that's gonna be an EPW one. That's from a brewing company in Oklahoma City.
Cool. Well, was up for more beer.
Yeah.
We gave Aiton Steen a lift home from DOA and said, like, what is it you do during the day? He's like, oh, work in a pub, but we've got our own brewery. And I was like, you've got my attention now, mate. Not tried any yet.
Well, why not?
Because I've not been out since. I've not seen him since. However, if we're showing stuff off, I just remembered because I glanced up on my shelf where all my sports stuff is. I got a delivery the other day.
All right. I don't like the face on that guy.
I don't, but I found the Rob Gronkowski elite figure unboxed for like 25% of what it costs boxed.
I didn't realize Rob had an action figure.
Yeah. Gronkmania comes with a horrible fabric jacket and the 24/7 title.
I know I was scrolling through Facebook and I got a Walmart advertisement showing the Cody Rhodes, Casey Jones Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover action figure.
I very much like that one.
I mean, I think a lot of their crossovers are pretty cool, especially the Sting Raphael and the Macho Man Michelangelo, I think it was.
Yeah, the old ones.
I think if I can ever find those cheap.
The old ones that were turtles.
Yes.
Yeah, not the new ones that are wrestlers dressed as turtles.
I don't think I've seen the new ones.
Oh, like the Casey Jones one, it's a similar thing. It's like Seth Rollins is Michelangelo, and it's just Seth Rollins with like an orange headband and some turtley stuff.
No, thank you.
Yeah, they're not great. The Casey Jones caught my eye, but I prefer like the Taker as Donatello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have got Donatello as Mr. Spock.
I mean, that was one of the cool things about the Ninja Turtle toy line is you can throw them in anything, and I had quite a few of them back in the day. My favorite one was a Donatello detective.
I love it because it's like they've only got 3 fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we were out shopping for, I think it might have been Zach's birthday a couple year ago or so. I was like, oh, we'll look at the turtle stuff because he likes the turtles. I was like, I'm having that.
Yeah. I mean, it's good when the little ones like what you like because then you can use it as an excuse to look for those things. Like when I go to the toy section at Walmart and look at the wrestlers, it's like, why is this fat old man looking at wrestling toys?
Oh, I do that at work all the time. I don't think we do. I don't think we've got them in anymore. We only had a belt last time I looked.
Well, apparently apparently AEW is getting out of Walmart because all their stuff's on clearance, and they're just doing like a really small section of WWE toys. But I can tell you this: the prior Walmart, when I worked there, the WWE toys, because that was before AEW, did not sell at all. Like,
yeah, I don't think ours must have been from. Well, they were because like every time I went to go and check what we had in, there was less of them. But that might be people like me that are just going in and looking to see if we had the chase of anything.
Yeah, ours, we had like 2 big boxes of WWE action figures that they're about to send back. They had an entire shipper of stuff.
Oh, we don't get it in that big a quantity. I imagine we get like a box from each series. We've got the Simpsons stuff flooding the shelves. Like I said the other week, we've got loads of the Chase Batman for some reason. But I've not found a single Chase wrestling figure in work yet. I've bought Jamie Alita and Rhea Ripley from there and what's her name? Lyra Valkyria.
I've only found the Chase figures at Walmart, I think, once at the prior Walmart. And the Funko Pops, I don't ever find any chase there.
We tend to get oh, we tended to get quite a few like odd, like limited edition and exclusives Funkos at work, but since it's been like the toy department's been taken over by another company, it's a bit shit now.
Well, I've noticed like Walmart's redid their toys. It's not as good anymore. They're trying to pack out more. The Funko parts, the Funkos have dropped in the quantity they're carrying. Of course, the price has kind of ended.
I mean, we sell more stuff now, but it's worse stuff.
Yeah, it's all the basic stuff and not any of the cool stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't do wrestling figures, so I'll have a look at them. But other than that, like the Funko range has dropped to nearly nothing. We don't get anything interesting in. We used to have a fairly big Lego section. That went completely, and then we got a couple of bits back.
See, I think we still have an entire aisle of Legos. Like, they're still big, but there's so many expensive Lego sets. Like,
I went into the Lego shop the other day and I nearly had a fucking heart attack.
Yeah, my oldest niece is real big into Legos, so I took her to the Lego store in Tulsa one time, and she had enough to buy one or two Lego sets she wanted, but she didn't want to spend her own money. She did eventually end up buying like 3 little Lego people. But, I mean, I guess that's the way kids are. They don't want to spend their money. They don't want to spend your money.
Yeah. Speaking of, I showed you the clones last week, and then I found Jedi Me.
You do not have a blue lightsaber.
No, I certainly don't. But I can't find any of the parts to change the color. And I don't think they've done an orange.
An orange Lego one? I doubt it. But there is orange in the games and stuff.
There is. The first orange or yellow one I ever saw was Plo Koon in the original Jedi Power Battles that's just been remastered, and they've changed it to blue to match the comics. Not the comics, the animated series.
Yeah, because I guess it's only like Jedi Guardians that have yellows in the cartoons and stuff.
Yeah, not many. So he got blue for the animated series, so they went back and changed it. I don't know why he was in that game. There was also a playable Jedi that had a red one in that game.
That would be interesting.
But I also couldn't finish I couldn't get past the second level of that game because it was fucking hard.
Yeah, there's a Jedi Battleship, I think it was, a really old thing. It came out on PlayStation 2. I think I had to use the cheat code to pass anything because, like, it was just ridiculously hard. But then when I had the passcode in, unless I was flying the planes around or doing the big land battle, it was ridiculously easy because I had, like, invincibility or something on, or made it to where it was way harder to kill me. Because if I didn't have it on, it was super easy to kill. It'd be like, boom, boom. Oh, I'm dead? Where did that even come from?
Like this Jedi Power Battles one, I played the Game Boy version on that emulator thing the other day. It's easier than the PlayStation one. Like the PlayStation one, you could play co-op. So me and me mate used to try and get through it, and it was still fucking impossible. But to unlock Darth Maul as a playable character, you had to finish the game as Qui-Gon. I had to finish the game as Qui-Gon on hard. We couldn't finish the game on normal, full stop, as anyone.
I mean, was Qui-Gon such a horrible character?
No. The game's just that hard. Thought if we can get through it, but then you've got like... I think our issue was he used to play as one of the faster characters. fast and squishy. And I used to play as Plo Koon that was slow and tanky. But it wasn't split screen, so you had to sort of stay next to each other, so he'd always be. Yeah.
Right, and if you're doing something like fast and tanky, you'd want tank up front, fast in the back, so that tank can draw it and fast can just go attack.
Yeah, but you are talking 24 years ago, when we wouldn't have had the tactical thought for that.
Yeah, I'm thinking like 24 years ago would have been like 12-year-old me. I might have, just because like the other people I was playing with, like we would try to figure out which ones worked the best, and then or just which was our favorite characters, and we'd have to adjust our battle strategies and how we played compared to who we were playing with.
Yeah. I mean, it was if you used Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, it was probably really easy, but I have seen people review the game since saying it was fucking impossible, and they've just remastered it, brought it out again, and it's still fucking impossible.
All right. I'm going to have to call it there before this gets impossible to edit.
So someone let me know if anyone has ever unlocked Darth Maul in Jedi Power Battles for the PlayStation 1.
Without a cheat code.
Yeah, or if there is cheats, let me know so I can use them. I just want to play the first level as Darth Maul, because I'm not going to get any further. As soon as you get into that second one where Jar Jar's talking to you and you've got to make sure he doesn't die, I've fucked it.
So help us, Obi-Wan. You're our only hope.